This video is mostly inspired by a couple I saw about 3 weeks ago, and their story was that they had a great relationship. They were both putting in effort and they were making it work, and then they hit a slump. They hit a slump because they had a family member that had a crisis, and basically they were spending a lot of time to try and help that family member and the other family members that this catastrophe touched. And they kind of were extending so much energy to the needs of the family, to their own personal needs dealing with this, that they forgot about the relationship. And they came in during this time and they were really struggling. And they were actually struggling so much that they were thinking, was this a relationship that they should end? Had they come to an impasse, or had they found out things about each other through this stressful event that would make it so they couldn't work on it? And I laid out a plan. I basically gave them a plan and said, listen, you can do whatever you think is necessary in the end. But for all I know, working with you, this is a healthy relationship. And when you have a healthy relationship and you hit a struggle or a rough patch, the worst thing you can do is just throw in the towel. I mean, yes, it's the easiest thing. If you're exhausted, if you feel like you're putting out a lot and you're not getting anything back, you're getting resentful, getting angry, then calling it off is the easy thing. But is it the right thing? And should you do that? In most cases, what I really encourage people to do is try to find a different plan. Try to make a plan that's going to work for you to get back on track. And so I'm basically giving you in this video their plan because it was successful for them, and I think it's general enough that it can be successful for you. The first thing is you need to talk to each other about what is broken. You need to go over what you're feeling and what you feel is missing or that has gone away, that you cherished before, whatever it is. This comes first, without distractions, talking openly, listening to each other's views, and really taking it in. And this may last a week or two, but for sure it's getting everything out on the table so you know the feelings you're dealing with, the sensitivities involved. Secondly, you have to get real about how you feel about yourself in this relationship. Like, what will happen if this relationship continues as far as how you view yourself? Will you see yourself as weaker, less confident, more resentful, more needy? Whatever the needs are you feel are really starting to present themselves during this struggle in the relationship, it's important that your partner understands, because at the end of the day, they're going to be the one that is refilling some of those needs for you. Yes, you can't rely on your partner for all of those needs to be filled, but if your partner is your intimate other, your one closest to you in your inner circle, then certainly they're going to have the majority of these things. Make a point to express honestly, but don't accuse your partner. If you don't want to start a blaming game, or when you said this, or when you did this, rather you want to be honest, but you want to also say, I know this isn't your fault, or I know this isn't your intention. And some of this is my perception, my mindset. So help me understand that, because I'm going to need to change that mindset in order to go forward in this relationship. If we're going to get it back on track, if we're going to recreate healthy habits to replace some of these bad ones or negative feelings that we're both obviously having now. After your talk, you should take some time separately. I think taking 2 weeks to kind of recalibrate, what are we doing? Where are we going? What do I love about this relationship? Where is this relationship strong? Where is its potential? Can we get that back? Can we get it even better than it was before because of this? Recalibrating is an opportunity for the two of you to get clear about what you're going to do. It might be in this recalibration time that you go, you know what? I don't have the energy. I don't have the energy and I also don't have the will or motivation. And then if that's the case, you have to be honest. And in this scenario, you more than likely would let go of each other. But this couple did not. They followed it to max. They took 2 weeks apart to recalibrate, and each came up with a plan. And I think that's a very essential part of going forward. Giving up on us would have been easy at this point. Like, if you think about it, you could have said, yeah, I got to throw in the towel. I can't do it. But at that point, you have to reassess. Like, as I said, what are the strengths? What are the points that you want this person to be in your life? Can you imagine your life without this person in it? And when you're both doing that, it's going to be a lot more powerful and impactment. Now you have to focus more on the relationship maintenance. This particular couple I made this video or this plan for had been together for 2 years. They were planning marriage. And so they had to think, okay, when we get married, that is really the beginning of our maintenance program, if you will. Like, this is the long haul. We are going to be together forever. This is what we need to keep in place. We know now when there's big stressors, when there's things in the family, we come together. We don't lose us because everybody else is out of control. We are the center of this. You need to be patient. Remember, your partner is not you. And just because you say, now I'm ready to dig in, they may not be. They may need longer time to process it. They may feel like they've been used through the whole thing. You don't know where they are. So patience, as long as they're willing to commit and they too have worked on a plan, then I think the patience is the real grace period. That's you forgiving and being willing to put effort into the very concept, into the idea of granting patience as a gift for the relationship. And lastly, if you're in doubt, if you start feeling shaky again, then you just go back to the very basics of relationship. What is that? Honesty, trust, having a relationship where my partner has my back and I have theirs. And at that point, I would say if you get through this and you're not humming along, you're not doing well, then the two of you seek therapy. If you want to save the relationship, even if you're going to let it go, I would say seek therapy, because there's a good way to say goodbye and there's a really bad way. And you want to give this relationship the respect it deserves. This video is helpful for you. Please subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much.